Start to settle down onto your mat, lying on your back, with your feet and arms spread wide from your body. Just taking a moment to really settle into the space you've chosen for your practice. Landing into stillness, directing your focus to your breath. Allow your ankles to release, sending the toes out wide to the sides. The legs soften, grow heavy. As your entire back body settles into your mat. Shoulder blades tucked beneath you. Let the palms face up. Bring a gentle tuck into your chin to lengthen up the back of your neck. While maintaining softness in your face. And start to direct the breath in and out through your nose. Each breath filling up your entire front body, expanding it in all directions. And each breath out, softening, releasing any tensions or stressors that you brought with you to your mat today. Lengthening each breath, softening it, letting each breath take a little bit longer to move through your body than the one before it. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, waking the body slowly, taking some rotations through the wrists and the ankles in both directions. Slide your feet together at the bottom of the mat and reach the arms up overhead, resting on the floor. Take a full body stretch here, so as you inhale, lengthen from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. And exhale, soften. Big breath in, lengthen through the whole body. Exhale, let it go. Big breath in. Exhale to soften. Draw the right knee in towards your chest, taking hold of the knee, the shin, maybe interlacing fingers. Left leg is active. Draw the left toes towards your face, reaching the left heel away from the top of your head as you release through the right ankle. Really grounding down through the right hip. Squaring the hips side to side. You can release your arms at the sides, but keep your right knee drawn in. And we're just going to take the knee in really big circles here. So we're not going to use the hands to move it. We're going to just use the muscles of our leg. Draw the right knee in close towards your chest. Send it wide beside you as if you're trying to reach the right knee to the side wall, showing the inseam to the ceiling. Extend it down towards the back of your mat. Maybe even straighten your leg a little bit. Bending once again through the knee, bring it towards the left elbow and up again. So just really super slow motion, really wide circles, bringing movement in all directions into that right hip. You may even notice as you bring the right knee to the left that your right hip lifts up a little bit. That's perfect. Taking those circles in the opposite direction, moving just as slowly, just as large of circles. And then pause when you come through center. Right knee is drawn in towards your chest. Reach for a strap, so that can be a yoga strap, a leash, a belt, or even a long towel. Loop it over your right foot as you extend the right foot up towards the ceiling. Now you can keep the left leg extended long, but if that's too much in your body, you can always bend at the knees and bring the left sole of your foot to the floor. If the left leg is still extended long, make sure it's active, so reaching through the left heel. The right heel is reaching up towards the ceiling as you use the strap to draw the toes towards the floor behind you. And as much as the right heel is lifting up to the ceiling, the right hip is pressing down. Just noticing here if the big toe or pinky toe is approaching your face faster than the other. Press the opposite through the strap. Evening out your foot so that both the big toe and pinky toe side of your feet are even. I'm looking to feel a bit of a stretch into the back of the right leg. And so if you're not quite feeling that yet, try lengthening. Send the right hip away from the top of your head down into the mat. And without lifting it, start to guide the toes even another centimeter towards the floor behind your head. Reach the right heel up towards the ceiling. Bring both straps into the right hand. Place the left hand onto your left hip and encourage the left hip to stay rooted into the mat. Start to open the right foot up towards the right side wall. But as you're reaching it towards the right side wall, keep reaching the toes beyond your head. So we're not just coming over to the side, we're also coming over and up. Really ground down through the left side of your body. Left leg stays active as well. We're just moving that same stretch we felt in our hamstring into the inner thigh. Notice that the longer you hold the stretch, the more your left hip is trying to lift up off of the mat. Tricking your body into thinking that you're going deeper into the stretch when really your body's easing off on it. Slowly bring the right foot back through center. If the left knee is bent, straighten it here, just to create a little more space to move. With both legs straight, bring the strap now into the left hand. Place the thumb of your right hand into your hip crease of the right side, so that little area where the fleshy thigh meets your pelvis. Palm faces the floor, fingertips face the back of your mat. Press the right hip down into the floor and away from your shoulders. With the toes, imagine them pointing at 12 o'clock here. And we're going to shift the entire right foot, right leg as well, over to about 11 o'clock. So not very far, just a couple of inches to the left. From there, turn the toes only to about 10 o'clock. So a little bit of an inward rotation with the hip. Keep pressing down into the right hip crease and away from the shoulders. Draw the toes to the floor behind your head. Feeling the stretch here into the outer right hip, the glute area. Just breathing into that space, that area of tension. See if you can keep the left leg active. Ease off on that a bit, come back through center. And this time we're going to come into a full twist, so we are going to lift the right hip up off of the floor. Extend the right arm wide at your side for balance. Draw the toes behind your head, and without letting go of that, so the toes keep pulling beyond the head, then start to shift it over to the left side of the room. Right hip can lift up off of the floor as if you're trying to touch the inner arch of the right foot to the floor. It does not have to get there. Your gaze can stay at the ceiling or over to the right. Option to keep the left leg straight, or you can bend it in towards your glutes and reach down with the right hand to take hold of it. Breathing space into the right hip, the right glute, and into the thigh. Release the left foot if you're holding it, extend the left leg long. And slowly, carefully bring the right leg back through center using the strap. One more big breath here in the center. Bend the left knee, sole of the left foot comes onto the mat. Release the strap from the right foot, turn the toes to face the right side of the room. Pinky toe edge lands on the left thigh, creating a figure 4 shape with your legs. Hips are even, an equal weight in both of them. Send the right knee away from the shoulders. If you're feeling a good stretch into the right hip, the outer glutes stay as you are. Or you can reach through the space you've created in your legs, draw the left knee in towards your chest, interlacing behind the thigh. As the left knee draws in towards your shoulders, holding onto the thigh, press your pelvis into the mat. Right knee reaches away from the shoulders, and if you're still not feeling a stretch, you can try holding on to the left shin instead. Being equal on those opposing forces, so as the left knee draws in, the right knee reaches away equally. If you feel your shoulders are lifting up off of the mat, it could be an indication that you're going a little bit too far too fast. Try instead using a strap to add length to your arms and holding onto the leg with a strap. Or rather than holding onto the leg, you can step your left foot onto a block or a stack of books. This can sometimes feel nice as well if you're up against a wall and just have the sole of the left foot on a wall. While maintaining the left knee drawn in, the right knee away, start to gently shift the weight from left hip to right. So as if you're just gently rocking the lower half of your body over to the left a little bit and then over to the right. As you shift the weight from hip to hip, just notice where you feel the stretch the most and pause there in breath. Slowly release the left foot back onto the floor. Release the right foot to join the left. And extend the legs long to the bottom of your mat. Just take a mini shavasana here. Finding stillness in the limbs. Just noticing any differences you may be feeling from left to right sides. Slide the feet together at the bottom of your mat. And draw the knees in towards your chest. Give both knees a hug in nice and close as you rock from side to side. Massaging the low back. Be taking circles with the knees in both directions. Pause in the center with the knees drawn in. Transition your grip to the left knee only. Reach through the right heel, extend the right leg long to the bottom of your mat. Active right leg, ankle is flexed, toes draw towards the right shin. The left ankle can be soft. Creating distance between the right heel and the top of the head as you draw the left knee in a little bit closer towards your belly, towards your chest. Release your arms at your sides, and we'll take those big circles with the left knee. So start by drawing the left knee in towards your chest. Send the left knee towards the left elbow area, opening the inseam of the left pant leg to the sky. Shift the left knee towards the bottom of your mat, maybe even straighten your leg a little bit. And then as you bend the knee, bring the inseam of the pant leg towards the floor at the right side of the room, maybe even lifting your hip a little bit. And then up through center. Continuing with those slow, large circles. And just taking note of any areas where the circles start to become a little bit jagged, a little bit sharp. Just acknowledging without judgment any differences from this side to the other. And take the circles in the opposite direction. Pause in the center and draw the left knee in towards your chest. And then we're going to place the strap over the left foot. Send it high towards the ceiling. So again, option to keep the right leg straight Or you can bend at the knee if it's not working for you to have it straight. Really pressing up through the left heel, the right heel as well. Working towards straightening the left leg. And maybe that means that the heel's a little bit closer towards the floor. Either way is okay, as long as you're feeling a stretch into the back of the left thigh. Drawing the toes of the left foot in towards the left shin. Maybe every few breaths you're able to draw the toes a little bit closer to the floor behind you. Transition the strap into your left hand. Place the right hand on your hip. Press down through the right hip. Draw the toes beyond your head and then over to the left. So working not only towards getting the left foot to the left side of the room, but also continue reaching the toes further and further behind you. Breathing space into the inner left thigh. Every few breaths, just checking in to make sure the right leg is active. The right toes are pointing to the ceiling. Grounding down through the right hip and drawing the toes to the left and to the room behind your head. Slowly, with control, bring the left foot back through center. Extend the right leg if it is bent. Make the capital L shape with your left hand and press the thumb into the left hip crease. Send the left hip away from your shoulders and down into the mat. And just visualize your foot here once again at the 12 o'clock position on a clock. Shift the left foot over to the right to about 1 o'clock. So just a couple of inches, no further than the right hip. From there, turn the toes to about 2 o'clock. Really grounding down through the left hip here. Finding that inward rotation with the left hip. Looking to feel the stretch here in the left hip, the left outer thigh maybe, to the glutes. Come back through center. Take a moment here for breath, and then we're going to move into that twist. So I've adjusted my strap just to support an injury, but you can keep yours on your foot. Extend through the right leg, and then we'll slowly send the left foot over to the right. Continue reaching the toes to the room behind your head. Left hip will lift up off of the floor. It's as if you're sending the inner arch of your left foot to the mat. You can always choose to support it with a block or a couple pillows, some books, if it's not quite touching the floor and it's uncomfortable at a hover. Left arm extended wide at your side, send the left shoulder into the mat. An option to keep your right leg straight or send the right heel in towards the right glute and reach for it with the left hand. This pose is called cat pulling its tail. Your gaze is to the ceiling or over to the left, just being gentle on the neck. Becoming aware of where in your body you're feeling the stretch. Slowly release the right foot. Extend the right leg long. Gaze comes back through center, and left foot will find center as well. Bend through the right knee. And release your strap. And turn the toes of the left foot to face the left side of the room. Bend the left knee and let the pinky toe edge of the left foot land on the right thigh. For thread the needle pose or reclined pigeon. The hips are equally rooted, left knees reaching away from the shoulders. And you can keep the right foot on the floor, or you can start to draw the right knee in towards your right shoulder, taking hold of the back of the right thigh or the right shin. Really squeezing the left foot into the right thigh into the left foot. Finding opposing forces with the two knees, so the right knee draws in equally as the left knee reaches away from the shoulders. Start to shift the weight from left to right hip ever so slightly, and just pause in an area where you feel more stretch. Find some softness through the face and the jaw, and ensure that the shoulders are resting softly on the mat. Slowly lower the right foot onto the ground. Let the left foot join it. A gentle rock from side to side with the knees. And bring the soles of the feet together to touch. Let the knees fall open like a book, creating a diamond shape with your legs. The closer the heels are to the pelvis, the more of a stretch you'll be feeling. So to ease off, send the toes away from the pelvis. Start by taking just little gentle butterfly motions with the knees, little up and downs, 1 inch or so, nothing too dramatic. A little bit of movement just to encourage some relaxation through the inner thighs. Find stillness at your depth. And we're going to take a moment to really activate. So squeeze the soles of the feet together, pressing them firm as you send the knees down towards the mat. Not necessarily applying pressure to them, I'm just doing that to show you the downward motion. As you squeeze the feet together, the knees press down. Think about drawing the inner hips, the inner thigh area of your hips towards one another, but the outer hips away from each other and down into the mat. Really squeezing everything in, pressing down to the knees. For 3, 2, 1. Release all of that effort. Let the legs grow heavy. You can place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Once again, directing the breath in and out through the nose. Simply aware of the belly and chest rising and falling with every breath. Noticing the breath as it naturally slows its own rhythm, its own rate. It becomes effortless. You can remain here in this pose for as long as you feel your body needs it. Or you can extend your legs long to the bottom corners of your mat for a little shavasana. With your arms at your sides. Just noticing the different feelings, the different sensations into the legs, the hips, or when you first landed on your mat. Inviting yourself to stay here in stillness in either pose for as long as you have available to you. And when it does feel time to get up and go, do so slowly, mindfully, taking with you a sense of openness that you've created through your hips and thighs today, and with you into the rest of your week and months to follow. And with such gratitude as always, namaste.